Hey there, comics fans. You think you know Spider-Man? Think again. What if I told you there's a tale so dark, so emotionally charged, it'll make you question everything you thought you knew about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? Welcome to Spider-Man Reign, a story that's not for the faint of heart. Picture this, New York City, but not the one you remember. This is a city crushed under the weight of its own despair, a place where hope is a four-letter word. And Peter Parker? He's no longer the spry, web-slinging hero we all adore. He's an old man haunted by ghosts of his past, his regrets, and the people he couldn't save. Don't miss it. Subscribe now, and let's take this emotional journey together. The story unfurls on a bleak, rain-soaked night in New York City, a shadow of its former self. The once bustling metropolis is now a fortress of despair, its towering skyscrapers serving as watchtowers for the rain, the city's oppressive military police force. Amidst the downpour, three young rebels are caught red-handed, spray-painting anti-rain graffiti on a crumbling wall. Their hearts pound as the footsteps of the rain's enforcers echo through the empty streets, growing louder with each second. Before they can finish their act of defiance, the chilling sound of a taser cuts through the rain. One of the kids convulses and falls, his body outlined by the cold glow of the rain's floodlights. The other two, driven by adrenaline and fear, scatter into the maze of dark alleys. As they take the young graffiti artist away, the camera moves up to show an old building nearby. Through a window, a curtain moves to show an old, weary face. Peter Parker. Now he's an old man who just lost his job at a flower shop for messing up an order. As he leaves the shop, he's suddenly knocked over by one of the kids who had run away earlier. The police officer grabs the kid and starts hitting him right there on the street. Peter can't just stand by and watch. He steps in to stop it, but gets an elbow to the face for his trouble. The crowd gasps, the officer smirks, and Peter touches his bleeding cheek, realizing that standing up to authority comes at a cost. While all this is happening on the streets, New York City is buzzing with a different kind of energy. The city is gearing up to mark 10 years without any supervillain activity. The centerpiece of the celebration, a high-tech laser defense system known as the Web, set to go live soon. Mayor Waters makes a shocking announcement. He's canceling future elections. His justification is simple yet audacious. He plans to remain mayor indefinitely to ensure that the Web, the city's new laser defense system, is activated smoothly and without any issues. Peter steps into his modest apartment. The room is filled with the quiet hum of solitude, a stark contrast to the chaos outside. He heads to the kitchen, grabs something to eat, and sits down at his desk. There, amidst the clutter, he sees her, Mary Jane. Not a photograph, but a vivid hallucination, as real as the memories that haunt him. He shouts in desperation, "Say something!" His voice tinged. Silence. "I'm sorry," he finally whispers, his eyes welling up with tears. He leaves the desk and makes his way to the bed, where he lies down, emotionally drained. As he closes his eyes, he feels a presence. Opening them, he sees Mary Jane again, this time lying beside him. He whispers in pain, "I had a dream you were gone, and I was an old man." She pulls him close, and for the first time in years, he feels a sense of safety, a momentary respite from the loneliness that has become his life. Just as he's about to lose himself in this rare moment of peace, a knock at the door jolts him awake. The room is empty. The feeling of safety evaporates, and Peter is left to face the reality that awaits him beyond that door. The moment Peter hears the knock, he opens the door to find J. Jonah Jameson standing there, launching into one of his signature rants. Overwhelmed by Jameson's relentless chatter, Peter's patience wears thin. Just as he's about to shut the door, Jameson interjects, urging him to open a long-held package. Outside, Jameson's frustration boils over. He starts pounding a parked car with his walker, drawing the attention of the rain officers patrolling the area. They move in swiftly, subjecting Jameson to a brutal beating. Meanwhile, back inside, Peter turns his attention to the mysterious package. He opens it to find his old camera, which is wrapped in a piece of fabric. With a sense of anticipation, he unwraps the fabric and finds, to his surprise, the mask that once defined him. As he holds it up, memories flood back, and he makes the decision to put the mask back on. And so, in that moment, two parallel stories unfold. One of a man facing the consequences of his outburst, and another rediscovering a part of himself he thought was lost forever. The second that old mask hits his face, Peter feels it. Life, raw and untamed, coursing through his veins. He ain't just some washed-up geezer anymore. He's Spider-Man, damn it, and the world better watch out. With a jump that's more reflex than thought, he's back in the game. His body remembers, the muscle, the speed, it's all there like it never left. He's a force of nature, a hurricane in a man's suit, and these punks don't stand a chance. Before they even know what hit them, they're down, out, done. Peter moves like a shadow, like a bad thought you can't shake. He's a blur, but every move is a bullseye. Every hit shuts him down. In that fleeting moment, he remembers what he stood for, the ideals that shaped him, and the pillars that held him up when he faltered. Aunt May flashes into his mind, her unwavering support a constant through every hardship. She was the lighthouse in the storms of his life, guiding him back to safety, back to himself. Then there's MJ, her fiery spirit and tender love, a paradox that only made sense when it was with him. She had whispered forever into his ear, a promise that echoed in the depths of his soul, even when she was no longer there to say it. And Uncle Ben, the man who laid the foundation of his character, teaching him what it means to be a man. His words, "With great power comes great responsibility," reverberate in his mind, as fresh as the day they were first spoken. Suddenly, he faces the reality, and in front of him is J. Jonah Jameson, the man who never made life easy for him. The air's thick with tension, like a bar room before a brawl. For Jameson, it's like seeing a ghost, a hero he never quite figured out how to feel about. For Peter, it's a wake-up call, a reminder of the justice he once served and still owes the world. "Is Spider-Man back?" Jameson finally spits out, breaking the silence. Peter doesn't say a damn thing, just socks him one, a punch that's more messagey than muscle, and walks away. No fanfare, no speeches. He's got wrongs to right, and he's done wasting time. That's the end of the line for part one. We've walked through the grimy alleys and climbed the rusted fire escapes of Spider-Man's world. But trust me, we're just scratching the surface. You want more of this raw, unfiltered tale? Then do what you gotta do. Smash that subscribe button like it owes you money, and hit like as well. We've got more chaos, more grit, and more Spider-Man coming your way. Don't miss it.